Alright, so what's up guys? It's been a long time since I actually sat here and made a video, but yeah. So this is pretty much a full diamond game. For those of you that know, my Rumiahre account actually got dropped out of Diamond 1 due to inactivity, as I didn't play the game at all for a month due to having too much work and schoolwork to do and blah blah blah. So this is my sort of grind back to Diamond 1. This is the first game I've actually played Jungle Udyr in Pre-Season 4. I don't really know anything about the patch. Coming into this game, I was pretty much sort of unaware of the majority of things that would change in Season 4. I just knew how to play the game and hoped that it worked like that in this game still. I'm running the general Udyr things where I'm running 0-21-9. I'm running move speed, quints, attack speed reds, armor yellows, and mana resistance blues. I'm still playing Phoenix stance, even though that's pretty unpopular from what I've seen, at least. Most people prefer to run a Tiger version nowadays, but I think I'm sort of Phoenix to heart. I've always been a Phoenix Udyr player. I like Tiger, but at the same time I find Phoenix just more fun, I guess. So that's why I'm playing Phoenix, if you ask. And this was, like I said, this is one of the first games I've actually played in a long time. If you want to skip right to the game, go ahead and skip a minute in. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself for a little bit. So basically the reason I'm releasing this video now is because it is Christmas holiday, which means I have 2 weeks of pretty much not having to do anything, which is amazing. And the reason I haven't been making long videos before was because every time I sat down and thought about making a video, I kind of felt guilty about doing it, because I was like, well, if I'm sitting here to make a video and I'm going to spend, you know, somewhere like 2 or 3 hours making a video, rendering it, making sure it works, making sure the replay works, because replay hasn't worked for me until the start of this month. I felt guilty because I was like, do you know what, I should just be studying instead, because after all I'm in school, so I really should be studying rather than sitting here and making a video. So that's basically why I haven't made any long-term videos, and why I've been releasing short videos of gameplay that's sort of appeared randomly, and I thought, you know, that was pretty cool, let's upload that. That's the only reason really, and it's going to stay like that until, yeah, it's basically going to stay like that forever from now on, I guess. Just simply because of the fact that, as my lolly play just crashed, because of the fact that I don't have the time to sit here and make videos. As sad as it makes me, I would love to just sit here and make videos on my life and, you know, just do that. But ultimately, it doesn't interest me enough to sort of the point where I can prioritize it. So you'll notice here I'm starting blue buff and I go bare second because I want to get to my red buff faster. Someone told me at this point of the game that you can go blue to red and get race on the way, but I didn't bother with that because I thought you could just get red buff and get level 3. This is how new I am to Pre-Season 4. I didn't even consider the fact here that Kha'Zix might gank me, because when I played this game, Kha'Zix was not a jungler. He was a mid laner. And I did not even consider the fact that, you know, okay, this Kha'Zix could be here ganking me, because who plays Kha'Zix jungle? But he was. You notice, even then, I still managed to smite 450. You notice how I smited at 450 because I timed my auto attack and my smite at the same time, which means that I did 450 damage, he could only do 410. So there's no way here he could steal my red. So even though I didn't really suspect the fact that he would steal my red, I still sort of covered the fact that he might steal my red. And then I was like, oh my god, Kha'Zix is attacking me. So I bear stanced and he flashed, I flashed. Overall, I think I actually came out ahead in this trade, because I got my buff and he got my race, which I don't really care that much about, to be honest. And then it leaves me sort of like a little bit ahead of him, I guess. My Riven got... no, their Riven got first blood on my Singed here, which is a recurring theme you'll see out throughout this video. This Singed, I think, ended up about 0-13-1 this game. So it was a pretty heavy game in terms of sort of playing Udyr and trying to carry. My first game back was not very fun. I'm going to put this camera on me so you can see what I'm doing. Here I'm going to clear my Wraith camp out because I don't want to have a sort of broken Wraith camp. That's no good. And like I said before, I didn't realise that you didn't get level 3 from killing both buffs. So I kind of messed my jungle rate up a bit. I've learned from now that you can do race. That's what most people do nowadays, is they do race. Well, I don't know why this is refusing to direct camera. Oh, manual camera. There we go. But yeah. So I'm killing my golems here, because what I really wanted to do here was go blue-red and then gank top, because that's sort of like what I used to do. That was my thing. I used to go blue-red top constantly, or red blue top, whichever. And obviously I couldn't do that because of the Kha'Zix sort of interruption, I guess you'd call it. And then I had this sort of awkward position. A lot of junglers actually get into this awkward position, you'll notice, where mid's kind of pushed, top lane's pushed, bottom lane's it's not really gankable at this point in the game. So what do? Now, obviously here I got a little bit lucky because I was running towards my wolf camp to farm it, and then I realised, oh wow, Kha'Zix and Udyr are both here. And I remember being quite annoyed at this stage of the game because I realised I could probably kill this Kha'Zix because I knew he didn't have flash. And this Orianna also should have known he didn't have flash here. And you notice he does auto attack, but he could have shot Q here. No, he couldn't actually. He didn't actually have the mana to shoot Q. But, okay, so I'll forget he said that. But I feel like we could have probably killed that Kha'Zix there, and we didn't. But that's life, I guess. Push Kha'Zix out, made him go kill his wolves, which is not really what he wants to be doing at this point of the game when he's got a red buff. Come over here and kill my wolves because obviously farming is... I'm going to fast forward a little bit because you don't really want to watch me kill wolves as far as I'm aware. And then at this stage of the game, I noticed there was a pretty easy gank to be had here, even though it is Ezreal Thresh makes Udyr 1,000 times easier to play because it allows you to sort of just run at people like this. See, I run at him here, I take the lantern. Ezreal does some really weird E. Thresh hits a nice lantern. I wait with my bear stance so that he can't do anything to get away, and then just kind of hit him in the head and kill him. I use my little trinket ward here because I wasn't really sure 100% what to do with it, because trinkets are sort of... They were still new to me in this game. I wasn't really positive. And then I went and saw this thing, and I was like, yo, what is this? And then I realised it was this new jungle camp. It's actually really good to kill as Udyr because it doesn't really do anything, and it gives 65 gold and a lot of experience, which I didn't realise. So it's actually really good to kill this as Udyr, I found out. My item build stayed the same. It probably could be improved on, but I still like what I do. So let's notice on my minimap, there isn't actually a tower here. For some reason, that's a bit weird, but whatever. I bought a health crystal, a ward, a health potion, and a mana potion. The reason I bought a mana potion is I found I went out of mana quite a lot in season 3, not pre-season 3. So I bought a mana potion just so I could sort of bear stance around more. You notice here, this is something a lot of junglers don't like to do. I like to do it, but a lot of junglers won't do this, where they come into the lane and then they sort of... They don't really push it and they don't really freeze it. They kind of do both. But when you're playing Phoenix Udyr, unless you're willing to pop, you know, turtle stance, you don't really have a choice. So I just decided at this point, whatever. If I pushed it, I might as well push it the whole way. So I pushed it all the way into the tower. Actually, I didn't, so I kind of hurt my synergy a little bit here, admittedly. I should have pushed this another way if I was going to push it all, because now it's just kind of frozen in this awkward spot. And then I wanted to go steal the blue buff here, because I noticed that Kha'Zix... Maybe I saw him on the map, I'm not really sure. But basically, I didn't expect him to sort of come and try and take my blue buff, because it seems a weird thing for level 4 Kha'Zix to do, but he did. And we trade blue buffs here, which I'm not sure if it was beneficial or not, really. It was sort of an even trade. He didn't kill my little one. I don't really agree with that from him, because I think when you steal a buff, it's a pretty good thing to do to kill the little one, because it gives you a timer. And in general, when you steal a buff, it's easier to take the next buff because you have a timer on it and they don't. So it sets you up sort of for this little window, like a 20-second window where you know it's there but they don't, and you can run and then take it really quick again. And then by doing that, I have my timer here on the blue buff and he doesn't. So that kind of hurts him a little bit, I think. And obviously he didn't know I took his blue buff either, so it was this sort of like awkward moment where we both realised that, oh, hang on, this guy went here and I went there. Yeah, wasn't great. I pinged here to say to the Sins, yo, Kha'Zix is coming up. And for some reason, I'm not sure why top laners do this in general. He's gaining nothing out of standing where he is. He's still in XP range, obviously, but he's not really gaining anything. He could be here or on a tower. Something to note there. I thought about Kha'Zix stealing my red buff here, and I actually saw him go in. So I run into him in here, put my Phoenix stance. And then the reason this is really awkward here is because Sin's is trying to fight a Riven who's way ahead of him. And so I've got this Kha'Zix really low, he leaps out, and then Riven all in Singed and one hits him. I get the punch onto that guy, and then here I should have actually ran the opposite way. I should have ran downwards, but I didn't realise Udyr would be so close. And then I try and run the opposite way, sort of half-heartedly get a bear stance onto Udyr, which is pretty cool. Orianna gets a nice shield on me, a weird ultimate, and then the Udyr ultimate barely kills me, and then Riven gets another kill on Orianna. So overall, sort of worth it for me, but not really, because they got quite far ahead from that. The reason that went so bad, in my opinion at least, was because Singe just died to Riven. And even here, like, what does he expect to do to a level 9 Riven as a level 6 Singe? I don't get why you'd aggressively TP on him. I don't really understand anything this guy does, to be quite honest with you. He makes no logical plays whatsoever in the game. He bought a tier as his first item when he was already 2 kills down against Riven. It's rather than buying like armor or something, or health, you know, something that might, like a lot of ages even, that might sort of allow him to stay alive. He just bought a tier. And could make some really lame tier joke here about me crying when I saw that, but I'm not going to. I'll let you make that one up in your head instead. So I kill my red buff, and I realised it's probably time to gank again, because their Kha'Zix is also trying to gank, and I want to gank because, you know, it's always good to counter gank people, basically. And also, because I'm a level ahead, I realised I could probably make Udyr use their ultimate here if I run at her. But apparently not. We'll fast forward just a little bit because this bit's rather boring. Running around. Gonna kill this little white wraith. Nope, I'm gonna gank instead. So I get the lantern in. Thresh hits a really nice hook again onto this Annie, and then we just kind of kill him. And then I try and go onto Ezreal here. He's away. I don't get my bear stance on him, barely. I get my bear stance here. And he actually uses Ignite on me, and sort of barely lives. Kha'Zix comes in and presses Q and one hits Caitlyn, and then we run away. Wasn't that interesting, sort of. That happens. And then at this stage of the game, I sort of recalled, and I just thought to myself, wow, they have a 5-0 Riven, and everyone knows at this stage of the game, from what I've seen at least, when Riven gets fed in this patch, the game's pretty much over, because Riven is absurdly overpowered at this stage of the game. And Orianna's kind of getting smashed middle with no help from Kha'Zix whatsoever. She's just straight up losing to Udyr. You know, as Kha'Zix is actually 1-1-1-1-0, which is not great. Hasn't really done much mid, but Orianna's not really done much either. Makes it okay ultimate here, but ultimately doesn't really have much damage, so she can't really do much. I'm sort of sat here just beating up 2v1 their mid lane in our jungle because I'm Udyr. At this stage, I'm pretty dead, not much I can do, but I got a kill out of it, and I figured, honestly, getting a kill at this point is something I actually really needed to do. You could view that as maybe a questionable play because I also died, but at this stage, especially as Udyr, once you have Ancient Golem, the Swiftness Boots, and the Frozen Fist, that's sort of where you can begin to actually make a dent into the game. Before that, like, the whole goal of you playing is to get fed, and if you're not going to get fed, you can't win. So you notice here I catch Annie, we get a nice kill. Ezreal tries to do this like weird kite thing, we sort of CC him about a bit, and ultimately we end up killing him barely, I think. Yeah. So I got 2 kills out of this and a shutdown, which leaves me at 6-2. So if we look at my team, we have a 0-4, a 0-2, a 1-4, and a 0-1. Doesn't look great whatsoever for me in this game. 13 minutes in, you know, they've almost got a 5,000 gold lead. It's 13-7. Of our 7 kills, I'm 6 of them. And this basically is the point of the game where, you know, it's up to you to carry the game, basically. And a lot of players don't know how to do that after this. And I would say the key thing here is I obviously didn't give this Orianna blue. You cannot give your mid laner who's feeding blue buffs if you expect to carry the game. First rule, I know that sounds very counterproductive because teams blah blah, but for those of you who watch my other Udyr videos, you'll realise that I really don't care about teams. And you'll notice here, it's a good job I didn't give this guy a blue buff because he walked into a Riven, which is obviously here because we actually had it warded so you could see, and then he died. So 14 minutes into the game, we lose our tier 2 tower. Not looking great. I'm pretty depressed at this point. I remember thinking to myself, well, this is my first game back playing Udyr on this account in over a month, and it's just like I remember. The reason I actually stopped playing was because I got really bored of every team just sort of... I don't know, the level of play wasn't high enough for me to have fun, and I don't enjoy games like this. I'm sure it looks like I might enjoy it because I'm doing really well, whatever, but to me it's not very fun at all. I prefer really close games that sort of, you know, really go to the wire rather than games where it's either a stomp or stuff like that. So here Ezreal flashes, but I'm still going to be Udyr, so I'm still going to kill him. And tries to do some cool jukes, I don't know. Slapped him in the head with Bear Stance. Riven again killed Singed. 7-0 Riven at this point in the game. Not looking good. Ahri comes in, slays the Thresh, and then I think we might kill Ahri here. Yeah, so I barely kill Ahri. Kha'Zix messes his Q up. Sorry about the coughing, I had a pretty bad chest infection recently, so that's why I'm coughing. And I remember I left this Caitlyn here because I was like, nah, me going here is going to give this Kha'Zix a double kill, and I really don't want that to happen. So I recalled in the bush for safety. At this point, Sin is teleported here. I don't I don't really get it, but okay. At least he's doing something in the game, admittedly. I mean, he might be dying, but you know, he's causing map pressure and he's sort of whatever. And then I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go kill this Riven. This is what was going through my head here. I just got my Sheen, I'm powerful. I'm going to kill Riven. Turns out a 7-0 Riven is pretty strong. So I sidestepped his ultimate here. Sidestepped, I don't know. Maybe he missed, maybe I sidestepped, I don't know. But I made a conscious decision to run upwards rather than straight because I thought he would ultimate me. Whether or not me doing that actually had an effect on him missing, that's for you to decide. But I would like to say I sidestepped that. But who knows? You notice my skill build even. I've only took one level of Turtle Stance. That's because, like I said before, I want to run around the map as fast as I can. Because I feel like jungling, you need to have as much presence as possible. And by taking Bear Stance levels, you get more move speed, which allows you to have more presence because you have more places on the map. Pretty simple, really. At this point, I could have gone for Kha'Zix. Questionable if I should have done or not, really. But I didn't. Instead I went to push mid because I wanted to get as many creep kills as possible, because obviously you need creep kills to be able to carry. I think at this point I'm trying to get my 700 gold to get my fist, and I'm pretty close to it. I came here and sort of took the golems of this guy, tried to kill him, and it went okay, honestly. I got the nice speed boost up here, sort of struggled to kill him. Orianna got the kill, which wasn't the best thing to happen, but not the worst thing at the same time. And then I walked into Ezreal and Annie. For some reason, Annie didn't actually kill me, and I made the sickest escape here. Let's get back and watch that once more, because I remember this happened in game, and I was like, oh my god, man, that was actually insane. And I remember shouting at Monkey, because I'm actually joking with Monkey in this game. I remember shouting at Monkey on Skype and being like, oh my god, man, that was absolutely insane. So you notice here, I get stunned, and I'm like, I remember looking at this and thinking, oh my god, dude, I'm so dead. There's an Ahri, there's a Kha'Zix, there's an Ezreal, there's Annie, there's everything hitting me, and I've only got 800 health. And then sort of like, the lantern's in the air, it flies, I click it right as Kha'Zix is about to Q me, and then I flash the charm from Ahri, Monkey hooks the Ahri so she can't ultimate onto me, and then I Bear Stance away into the base. I thought that was pretty damn cool, and I enjoyed that a lot when it happened. So, recapping really quickly, because 18 minutes into the game, I'm 8-2-1, which is okay. Since just started it again. I got my Frozen Fist. This is what I was talking about before. So once you have your Frozen Fist, it's the point of the game where no one can really run away from you, because before you rely on your red buff to slow them, whereas with the Frozen Fist, you know, they're permanently slowed, presuming you press buttons. There's no skill shots involved, there's nothing. It's literally just pressing buttons. So here I'm like running at Annie, I'm running at Annie, I'm running at Annie, because I just don't care. She flashes, and that's the point when I realise, okay, if someone flashes, there's probably somebody coming, because why else would you blow your flash? So I was a little bit hesitant to sort of go all in there, so I didn't. And it was a good job because people were coming. So I want to have a quick look here at the net worth of me. I am at 6,900, let's call that 7,000. So I'm quite far ahead of my team. I'm only 900 behind Ahri, and only 1,500 behind Riven. So I'm in a pretty good spot, I'd say, to carry. Especially from a jungle point of view, when you're that kind of gold, even with the enemy team from a jungle point, you know, you're in a good spot, really. I noticed here, Riven's trying to kill my blue. We had a nice ward here from somebody. I guess it was Monkey. Yeah, it was. And I run in and smite the blue wolf because standard play. And then, for some reason, Singe wants to go aggro. It is 0-7-0. He sort of wants to run at them. Not really sure. Caitlyn and Thresh got this tower, I think, which is nice. Always nice to get tower gold. And then they sort of went for this mid push. And this is a stage of the game where it's extremely hard to... it's extremely hard for both sides, actually, I would say. I'm not sure what Orianna's doing here. Let's unpause and watch this really quick before I sort of describe what I want to say. Yeah, it's extremely hard for both sides of the teams to actually do anything here because it's hard to push a tower. Okay, I got absolutely wrecked here. I guess I got hit by a charm and just got destroyed. So I guess that's a mistake by me. Annie also gets caught. Sort of makes an okay armor. Almost kills. Okay, kills Annie, respectable. And then we're sort of left in this really awkward spot. Both teams, again, awkward spot where you're not really high enough level to push the tower and tank a tower and kill it. And you can't really do enough damage to towers to kill them. So you're just like, oh, what do I do here? Our Singed is trying to hotshot GG and, you know, sort of do this in the base. Which, I mean, I always find it interesting when people try this. And it is actually quite effective if you can pull it off because it stops a whole creep wave coming at your base for a long time. And he actually manages to run away, which is quite impressive. So, I mean, you know, if you're... Oh my god! So if you are feeding, this is actually what you should be doing. Because it's actually really effective at sort of delaying pushes. He probably bought us a whole minute of time here just by doing that. I mean, honestly, him being in the base was not very useful anyway. And he actually lived. I'm really surprised by that. So, we caught Ahri and Riven here. And I would say actually here, if anything, this is sort of the game staging point of the game. Because I remember Orianna didn't run after me here. And I really expected Orianna to run after me. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, I expected her to run after me here. And she did a backtrack into this bush. So I kept chasing Ahri. I kind of went aggro. And then, again, she did the same thing. If I was just Orianna, I'd be like, okay, Caitlyn and Thresh have probably got this Riven. You know, he's caught in the box. They've got enough CC to kill him. Let's help Udyr kill Ahri, because she doesn't have any armor. Instead, she sort of didn't really do much, and then made a nice armor, admittedly. And I died to Ahri. And then Riven made a really sick flash. Killed Orianna and killed Monkey as well. That didn't really have to happen, but... Awkward phase of events right there. And Ezreal misses again. The Ken here lifesteals on the ward to try and live. Pretty smart. Puts a nice trap down, and there's no way Ori's getting past that. However, like, she might try it. No, she doesn't get past. And then hits another trap just for good measure. You know, why not hit both of them? I'm alive again here. I just bought a Negatron Cape because what killed me was Ahri. It wasn't Riven or Kha'Zix, because they're more likely to sort of jump at my AD rather than me, and Ahri is what I have to worry about because she's 10-1. Riven's 8-1 and Ahri's 10-1. Again, not fun to be playing in a game where this is happening. Singe is 0-8 here. They're looking for a dragon, and I would like to go and stop them because I feel like, for some reason, I feel like we can still do something, even though, yeah. So I flashed into Ahri, messed Thresh's hook up because he aimed it at her not being stunned, killed Annie, and then tried to take Dragon. I don't remember if we took this one or not. I think we probably do, but I don't. Do I have Smite? No, I don't have Smite. So I ran at Kha'Zix here to try and stop his Smite, but obviously it didn't matter because, yeah. Ezreal just kind of stole it. Not really sure whose fault that was. I guess it's mine, but at the same time I didn't have Smite, so couldn't really do much about it. Ahri came in behind here, stood on a trap. I got my bear on her. Barely saved Orianna's life. No, I didn't save Orianna's life. But I kill her here. And that's important, because I get the 500 gold. I get her buffs, which is a red buff. And I also sort of buy us a lot more time again. Causes her to jump away from me, because when you're this bad in the game, it's super important not to die. I can't describe how important it is not to die at this point, because you being on the map is all it has to be. You only have to be on the map, sort of, to be putting pressure on the enemy team. And by dying, you're alleviating a lot of pressure for like a whole minute, pretty much, if not more, because not only are you really scary when you have a double buff, but you also takes a long time to get back to that double buff stage of scariness, if that makes sense. And you also give a lot of gold away by dying at this point. So again, Singed 0-9, doing amazing this game. We catch Kha'Zix here. I remember the jukes being pretty funny here. He jukes sort of backwards and forwards and ends up getting ultimates and dies. Again, I get the kill again. So 10-4 at this point. I bought a Kindle gem instead of finishing off whatever this item is called that makes it the health regen one. The reason I bought the Kindle gem was because I wanted the extra cooldown reduction. It's really important at this stage of the game with Udyr to have cooldown reduction. Riven tries to come behind here. Monkey makes a really nice box, even though he dies. Gets a nice exhaust as well into the Riven. And then we get a kill onto Annie as payback. So it's a support for a support, which isn't actually a bad trade, considering how far ahead they are of the game. Oriana's actually starting to sort of find her brain and play pretty okay at this point in the game. Not sure how or why, but you know, she's doing okay now. She's doing some decent damage. She's sort of holding people off. Singed is still in sort of PvE. I'm playing RuneScape. Let's go farm these mobs and train my thieving level. I guess it wouldn't be thieving level. Strength level, defense level. He's training his defense level. That's about the only way to describe what he's doing. And he's going to get PK'd here by the Ezreal. That's such a nerdy reference. I don't even believe I just made that. But whatever. Yeah, so he dies again, I'd imagine. We're not happy about it. So we get mid tower for Singed dying, which is actually probably a good trade at this stage of the game, because he's not exactly worth being in the game anyway. Ooh. Let me go back and watch that, because I fast forwarded that and I really shouldn't have done, because it was very, very worth watching. You notice here, Monkey has this sort of godlike tendency of, when I want to do something, he does it. And he trailblaces me here, we catch a Kha'Zix, and then Kha'Zix is like, yo, I'm going to jump away. And Monkey's like, nah dude, you ain't going to jump away. Hooks him out of his jump, and then we slay him, you know, standard slaying. And yeah, so you know, I enjoyed that when Monkey did that, it was cool. And I'm thinking at this point in the game, do you know what, if me and Monkey can sort of get fed enough to the point where we just keep catching people and killing them, because if you look at their team, they're playing this extremely squishy lineup. They've got a 1400, 60 armor, 90 magic resistance Kha'Zix. They've got a 1700 health Ahri, 70, 45. You know, squishy Annie, squishy Riven. Riven's actually the most tanky on their team, and that's saying something, because when Riven's the most tanky on their team, you know, it's not looking like a very tanky team. They don't have that big tank like Nasus or Renekton. So if Monkey hooks somebody, I'm thinking, okay, you know what? Between Hook, Flay, and Bear Stance, we could probably just kill anybody on their team instantly before they can actually react. And I think really that's sort of what saves us this game. Here I started to split push, because once you have a Spirit Visage, you have enough cooldown reduction and self-healing and everything, all that good stuff to live. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go split push and just try and get a bit of farm, because my creep kills are okay. I'm doubling Kha'Zix's creep kills here. I went and pushed this tower, and their team's sort of messing around mid, because I think at this stage of the game, you sort of get confused as to what you're meant to be doing. Because they tried this mid push, it didn't work. They tried pressuring the jungle, it didn't really work. They tried fighting us, it hasn't really worked. And they're really struggling to sort of end the game. Riven doesn't want to kill the Singed anymore, because he's not really worth killing. So he's wasting time running along the lane while Singed runs behind him and sort of kills his creeps. So I got that tower, Monkey lands another really nice hook. We get another kill onto Annie, and then again I run after Kha'Zix. I flash onto him, I bash him right over the wall. Didn't really seem to take effect though. And then we left it at that, because I thought, you know what, whatever. If he flashed? If he jumped, then we're probably not going to catch him. We made the call here to go for mid tower, because they have one person dead. It might only be Annie, but Ezreal's top. So trying to fight a 3 versus 5 would probably be a great thing at this point. Also, no, Kha'Zix is really, really squishy still. Monkey hooks him, I bear him, Monkey flays him, and he just absolutely falls over. Singe comes in here for the first time in the game. And actually does something. And then Monkey misses his hook, whatever. We get the trap, and Singe gets his first assist. First thing done the whole game. Well done, Singe. We could have Riven. And this is the point where the game changes, really. You notice I'm strong enough that I can sort of just walk into their base and not really care. Singe sort of goes Rambo, flings Ezreal. I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm not really caring. I'm just sort of hitting towers because, yeah, that's how you win the game. You don't kill people, you kill towers. Again, Orianna's sort of like, whoa, and then just one hits Ezreal out of nowhere. No clue what happened there, but it happened. And then I'm like, wow, this is going extremely well. Someone pings bottom tower and it sounds like a great idea. And then, I don't really know, people hung around way too long, I guess, for no reason. We obviously can't cut this tower because people are coming at us. Do we try and cut a tower? Oh, we do cut a tower, that's good. And then we run away. Yeah, we run away, surely. Yeah, so we get away. I remember Monkey saying here, yo, should we kill him? Should we kill him? And then I was like, nah, it's not worth it. So we didn't kill him. I bought a Warden's Mail and a Giant's Belt here because, again, Ahri was killing me. Now it's more likely to be the 3 ADs that are killing me. Because 3 ADs, 2 magic users, you know, it's more likely to be taking AD damage at this point of the game. So getting armor is a great thing. And getting a Randuin's also helps you to peel things like Riven from your AD because it allows you to sort of proc the little slow around you. And that's extremely helpful when people are running at you, especially like when they have a team like Kha'Zix, Riven, Ahri, you know, all things that run at people. So Randuin's is a good pickup there. And you notice, as much as I digged on this in this game, he still has almost 200 creep kills, which is okay. At least he's sort of getting farm at the same time as he's feeding. So as much as he made this game really hard, he also sort of helped pull it back. So I'm not going to hate on him too much because he really did actually sort of do stuff. I think I recalled here to finish off my Randuin's. Yeah. So again, the active slows movement speed by 35% and it scales as well, which is extremely good because it allows you to peel really effectively. Here Thresh gets a nice catch onto Riven, catches him in the box in Orianna ultimate, and he sort of barely lives. And again, I'm getting into the middle of everybody here, and you'll notice I probably put my Randuin's pretty soon. Again, I'm just cutting. Maybe I don't put Randuin's at all, so I just put a Randuin's and talked about it, and then eventually I just died. Extremely good play by me there. Not really, but okay. Monkey again hits a really nice hook onto Ahri, and actually gets him killed because of it, which stopped their push. So again, Monkey's doing really well this game. Singed is actually doing what he should be doing. Now, it'd be easy to rage at him because it's like, oh my god, Singed, our base is dying, what are you doing? But whereas in reality, you know, him being here would really not be effective. It wouldn't change much at all. So Caitlyn almost kills Riven, and then Kha'Zix almost kills him, and blah blah. So everyone lives at like 1 HP. And again, inhibitor. Singed makes a wrong choice here. A really bad choice in my opinion, by deciding to recall. He could have killed the tower, he could have done a lot more than he did by recalling, because he should know at this point, you know, when they have an Ezreal with a fist, you do not catch anybody when Ezreal has a fist. So him trying to recall and chase people down was not a good call in my opinion. So he pops his ghost, and I think he might kill Annie. Yeah, so he kills Annie, and that's what he does. Again, in my opinion, not really worth it. And also here, I remember getting really annoyed because he turned back for no reason. And I'm running at them, I'm running at them. I get the bash onto Ezreal. He has like barely any mana. That's his E gone. And I get another bash onto him. And imagine if Singed didn't like run away, you know. We'd have killed Ezreal there for free, but he ran away. So as much as love I just gave him, he also made massive mistakes there. So it's hard to give him too much compliments because he could have killed this tower easily. And he didn't really do anything apart from kill Annie, barely. Which really didn't, like, yeah, okay, he might have killed Annie. But the only thing he really did was reset his gold count. Because killing Annie actually achieved literally nothing at this point in the game. Here I bashed Riven and was like, maybe I'll kill him. And Have to block the skill shot support, of course, from Thresh here because I didn't want to get Thresh killed. We had a really good fight here. We caught the Ezreal for some reason. I don't know why he did that. And then Singe made a good TP here. He made a really annoying TP at least. I'm not sure it was good, but he made a really annoying TP into their base. We didn't really care because it's like, what are you doing? I chased Kha'Zix, ended up killing him. And Riven killed Singed in base because, again, I don't really know what he was doing. Caitlyn shoots him over the wall. Gets a red buff. No, he didn't get a red buff, but that's life. And then Monkey almost makes a really nice hook again, but barely misses. I chase down because I know I can chase this. I have a fist. I don't really care. Pretty okay Ariana helmet. Gets melted by Ari. I'm just sort of in the middle of everyone again. Just hitting things. My Randuin's goes off, you'll notice here, and so does everybody, which is really effective use of that item. And then we all live at like 1 HP. I smite the Timbers because I want that gold. No one else's gold, it's all mine. And almost die by Ezreal, but not really. And I'm going to recall here and fast forward. So this is looking a lot closer at this stage of the game, you'll notice. My team's still pretty far behind, and I'm still 11-5 times, so I'm doing okay. But we're sort of catching up really easily now. And like, I think a lot of it has to do with the lack of tank. I think pre-season 4, having a tank is almost necessary. It's really hard, in my opinion at least, to sort of play these 3 assassin style lineups where you have no front line, because when they have a front line and you don't have a front line, you're playing this awkward game where you're relying on killing that front line before you can really do anything, I guess. I don't really feel like it works very well. Ezreal bought a Ghostblade this game. I don't know how to explain that one, but he did. He's living in Season 2, I guess. The Singe dies for the 13th time. Really good player. I think about catching Annie and decide it's probably not the best thing to do because we've just seen their team. Again, I'm not really sure what to do about the Singe at this point because eventually they're going to get to a point where they can win 5v5. But so are we. It's sort of whoever gets to that point soon enough. And here I made a decision, rather than going to try and stop them doing Baron, I think in hindsight, I should have definitely gone to try and stop them doing Baron. Because I didn't consider the fact that they had no tank. And they took a lot of damage from doing this Baron. And I really didn't consider that at all when I went bottom lane. Because what I thought was, okay, I'm going to go bottom lane and I'm going to try and get an inhibitor and trade inhibitor for Baron. But in reality, my play would have been 1,000 times better by going to Baron. Because look, they're really struggling to kill it. And they're really, really struggling to kill it. So me being here would have pretty much stopped them doing Baron. Riven fails his wall jump, really a pity. Kha'Zix almost dies here. And they eventually do kill Baron. His smite was absolutely horrible. The Caitlyn almost steals it. They go in to stop the recalls. Really good play here by Monkey. I get the turret. And obviously they chase down because you should always chase down when someone's done Baron to stop the recalls. Riven's alive here, so I can't actually kill this tower, which is really unfortunate. Inhibit Riven. Again, my team still chases them down because it's the right thing to do. And then what happens? I recall. We get Dragon. Dragon in this patch seems really good as well. It gives a lot of golden experience. I didn't realize it gives like 260 gold at this stage of the game, which is actually a massive amount when you think about it. It sort of caught us up a lot in gold here. So we all went back, we all bought our items. I think at this stage I got a Thornmail, yeah. I got a Thornmail at this stage of the game because I wanted to be a massive, just really annoying tank with a Frozen Fist because my Caitlyn was getting farmed at this stage of the game as well. Orianna was getting decently farmed, and I thought, if I can stop the Ahri from killing Caitlyn and Orianna, we can probably win a team fight because I'm so tanky that Ezreal will kill himself hitting me. So I'm just running at them here because, again, I don't really care. I'm so tanky that they're going to really struggle to do anything to me at all. And this is a great example of peeling, actually, thinking about it. Coming up, at least. So I go in, I frontline this Annie, so just keep him bashed. Bash him. Randuin is this person. Keep him slowed. They can't really do anything, and then we kill. I go back, I bash the Riven, he gets Orianna ulted, knocked around a bit. Again, I'm just keeping fist on him the whole game. And I notice how I'm sort of just drawing a line I'm not really chasing one person, I'm just drawing a line in front of my carries. I'm just staying on that line, hitting anybody that goes near it. Again, I turn back here, I bash the Riven, he kills Thresh, oh well. I bash the Ahri, coming for the Orianna, I block the skill shots. He's on his, that's a bit unfortunate. But you notice there, that was a good example of peeling his Udyr. I know a lot of people say to me, how do you peel his Udyr? I find it really hard when I don't have a stun, or like a reliable range stun, or a reliable AoE to keep people off people. But in reality, you really do. And you just have to use it correctly. So, Ezreal is kind of throwing the game here in my opinion, by doing red buff when they should be trying to kill an inhibitor. I baited here to try and get the Kha'Zix killed, but I think it was a bit risky. It worked out. I lived with like 40 HP, which is pretty lucky. Ezreal again misses, and Riven one hits Caitlyn, but doesn't actually kill him. Wow, I really thought Caitlyn died there. They got our inhibitor, which sucks, and it's still looking like quite a hard game. I get my home guards out and my Shirleyers, and then me and Monkey go on a run downtown, but I don't think we catch anybody. Oh, we almost catch Kha'Zix, I remember. Maybe we do actually catch somebody here. Yeah, Randuin's procs off. I get onto Ezreal. And at this stage of the game, there's no way in hell Ezreal will kill me because I'm so tanky. He's just killing himself by hitting me. So I kill Ezreal. We get the double buff. We chase down here because, again, I'm so tanky that all I can do is run at people. So I'm still running. Singe actually does something and gets a really nice slow off. I go on Kha'Zix here, which is probably the wrong choice because he has a jump. And then they're 4, so we're going to struggle to do anything. I go to clear the creep wave because why not? Singe again, he actually does something. Monkey makes another really nice hook, catches Annie, flays him into the box, half HP's him. I'm running at Kha'Zix here, trying to keep him away from Caitlyn because Caitlyn has no. Does she have GA? Yes, she does. And I'm just kind of frontlining with Singe because Singe is actually frontlining enough to do anything here. We get an inhibitor against their Baron buff of all things, which is massive. We get a second inhibitor mid, which is also massive because getting inhibitors against the Baron buff is like something that should just not happen. And then they try and catch out. Monkey really almost gets a nice hook. Gets a nice Orianna ultimate, knocks him onto the Zhonya's. Riven does loads of damage because it's Riven. Struggles to kill me. Kha'Zix eventually lands the E on me and kills me. Almost gets hooked again. And then my team's left in this awkward spot where... Okay. They probably should get out of this. Oh wow. So Caitlyn's J gets popped. And this is the one issue with GA. The, J is a great item, but I think for AD carries especially, in this meta game, where everyone does so much damage and you just kind of die. And if you die, the problem with J is when you die, you revive in a spot that 90 times out of 100 is very, very, very dangerous to revive in. It doesn't really help you at all. It only buys you 3 seconds of being dead a lot of the time. So I think GA in this meta as an AD carry is quite an expensive item for what it does. And I think buying a Banshee or something similar is actually extremely better. Just because of the fact, like I said, if you're going to die in this meta game, you're going to die as soon as you revive 90% of the time. And that's a lot. So my fine lighting build appears to be Frozen Fist, Randuin, Spirit Visage, Stormmail, Ancient Golem, and Swift and Spoots. I didn't upgrade my trinkets, I didn't actually realise you could this game. Pretty newbie mistake, but that's life. And yeah, people might ask me why not more damage, why not more blah blah, and really the answer to that is we really didn't need any more damage on my team. They have a full damage team, so me building damage doesn't really help. It just makes me die quicker, which leaves less frontline for us. Here we catch them at Dragon. They kill Singed again. So that's 16 deaths in one game for the Singed. That is a crazy amount of deaths for anybody to have, whatever character you're playing. So 2, 16 and 4 out of 33 things we've done in this game. He's been there for 6 of them. Really, really useful team player. But he has killed a lot of creeps, so that's one thing he's got going for him. Here, I think I already made a massive mistake by going back to the base to defend. I don't think I would have done this. I think I would have just gone and pushed with the team. Because the problem with her going back is that it leaves us in a 4v4 situation where our 4v4 is obviously better than their 4v4. Because we've been winning anyway without Singed, so us winning a 4v4 is very, very, very likely. So, again, I'm just kind of frontlining. Me and Monkey think, oh, let's go. He hawks the Riven. I'm peeling him here, getting nice randoms on 3 people. Again, just frontlining everybody off. Nice exhaust onto Kha'Zix. Amazing Orianna ultimate. And then it's kind of the case of, let's just chase him down and win the game. So, I flash onto Ezreal. He flashes and ease away. I try and sidestep the Qs here, but it doesn't really work because, okay, I sidestep 1 Q. And then he gets hit by the ultimate. I burn him to death. I didn't even hit him, I just burned him to death. We chase Kha'Zix. I think it's a bad idea, so I don't bother chasing Kha'Zix. Run into the base. And we might even end the game. No, because Udyr just killed Orianna. Okay, Monkey hooks the Udyr out of ultimate. Kha'Zix one-hits Kaylin. Really unfortunate, but that's life of an AD carry. And then we walk up to the base, and we say the base. I hope. No, we don't even say the base. That's really unfortunate. Okay. So we don't actually say the base. Kha'Zix runs away, and I'm the only person left alive, by the looks of it, because Singed will die. Yep. So they get a team wipe apart from me. Really awkward situation to be in, actually. Because what do you do when you're the only one alive? And again, this is kind of why I love playing this game. Them getting Baron here might have been the difference between us winning and them winning, because a Baron buff of 46 minutes is a massive thing. And I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm panicking. And I run in and I'm like, oh, this is stealable, this is hella stealable. And so it's 3k, 2.9k, I'm just kind of kiting around, and then 2k, 1.8k, and I get a smite by 13 health, 6 smite. And then Orianna makes a nice ultimate. Kaylin shoots the Kha'Zix in the head. And then we run down middle. And I think we end the game here. I mean, I'd hope we do anyway. I'm taking the sneaky way around here. I get the red buff. And I can't fast forward anymore because that's it. And Monkey's just hooked this Ahri. He actually dashes into the box and dies, which is pretty cool. I beat up on Annie. Again, I'm just running at Ezreal because there's nothing he can do. He gets slowed by randoms actually here. And then I get sped up by Orianna. Peel the Riven off because I don't want him to kill anybody. And they surrender the game. So my final score was 15-6-16. I had the most gold in the game, apart from Riven. Which is pretty good from a jungle perspective. And, you know, I ended up buying a Zephyr at this stage of the game because I think that was a great pickup. A Zephyr is a really good item. What did I sell for it? I sold my Ancient Golem for a Zephyr here. And the reason I did that was because Ancient Golem at this stage of the game is really not that effective. You don't really want the gold, you don't really want the tenacity. Oh, tenacity is the only thing you actually want. And Zephyr gives everything better, basically. Especially for this stage of the game where move speed is such a cool stat to have because it lets you chase people. So buying a Zephyr here was my final item choice. In general, yeah. I feel like I carried this game along with Monkey, really. A lot of people say supports can't really do much, but honestly, a lot of his hooks made a lot of plays happen in this game. And when we have 38 total kills, and he's been there for 29 of them, you know, he's doing something very, very, very effective in the game. And props to Monkey, he played really well this game. And I don't think honestly, that I would have been able to win this game without him in the game, because he really made me able to do something with this 17-4 Singe, because it was basically a 4v5 with like a mega creep on our team, because really all Singe did was kill creeps. So yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed this game, and like I said before, if I'm rusty at sort of commentating games, the reason for that is because I just haven't done it for so long. And I will try to do more over the Christmas break. And now replays actually work. Feel free to sort of inbox me your replays for analysis, because I would like to do another replay analysis before Christmas break ends. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, and hopefully you learned how to carry in pre-season 4.